Because saa same way senka NDC time na Attorney General beka saa same way ya anka odin say dey na besi wo Ghana senka Mahama na president and the health minister akokra ambulance 81 million amba anka dey na anka wo a wo hwe me a wo pem asem dey na anka obeka senka Mahama aban NDC aban and the information minister Kojo Ponkroma 1.5 billion abra ne nan kan nsanka nurse fo gi agina akwano doctor sewu upon chromatic office we 1.5 billion NDC aban a wo hwe me a wo pem asem I get it anka dey na obeka nyankopon betua wo ka because yes selective about nipa omundi esika ene omo ani so mudi esika and anything that be betena me catch say we should make sure say nkwasiafo we mu no magimi you don't give anybody the opportunity. NDC NPP they are different. Politicians are not the same. I will say any Ghana for making sure say NPP they go into opposition for 40 years. Right, deplete and keep what? Ruling you people. They are not governing you people. They are ruling you people because it is what they want. And then there was somewhere. And that is not a democracy. Democracy is the people and the government coming together at a point to agree on issues. Yeah, jinko for pension. Willingly, it's not their will. But the government is basically forcefully taking it from them. So Ojin said, the Kevin I'm going to break it down. And I'm breaking it down when we say democracy is no more yours. And they told me the soldiers echo a whole constituency near body patrol. Nobody speaks. Nobody speaks on it. Peace Council, Christian Council, nobody is insisting that those soldiers should be brought to book. Nobody. They go to Ayawaso West Wagon. People are giving national security clothing. About body patrol. Nobody is talking. That is how democracy depletes. It is going to deplete because it will get to a point. Those people we've been pushing to the wall, pressing, they will also retaliate. And when they retaliate, nobody will be there to calm nerves. So it gets to a point whereby you see how this president, this government, this NPP government, they have suppressed some group of Ghanaians. They have suppressed majority of Ghanaians. It will get to a point that people revolt. Now, when they revolt, it is going to be in different forms. In their language, in the way they basically pay their taxes, in the way they really accept security, police, army, they will start revolting against such people. That is when the base of your democracy start to crumble. And this is what Akuffoaddo in the Bushman for and this Nkrantia People's Party, NPP, we are here. Now, they be an enemy. I keep saying, Omwamudi ahenia kesia wa Ghana. Omwamudi positions are kesia wa Ghana. Why ne wu se ntokwesi mo hini bisu na konwa? It will never happen. Why ne wu se ntokwesi ema eye statesman bi ekuta eye ni sike nyina wo bagum? It never happens. Look at this story. Man, it's tough, man. All right. The story is quite shocking. On a normal day, I'll say a very, very shocking story. But under Akuffoaddo, it is not a shocking story. Now watch this. Publication of COVID-19 expenditure reports unconstitutional. So I'm for the Attorney General Ekache Ghana for Nyina say Auditor General Eko a year audit on COVID-19 no. Attorney General Akuffoaddo year and NPP for say Ghana mrani tiase audit ne chreye. Some who be ayo. So if you're a pensioner and you are sitting there and begging these people, they will see you as a fool. You will die in your misery. You will die in your pain. They don't care. COVID-19 sika obowiana Auditor General akwa investigations any report abeche yeni Ghana for na omudi edi kwaje COVID-19 man, you know. The Attorney General, who is Ghana's lawyer, is saying he believes that This is unconstitutional. Auditor General ni hu kwan say obekire ye proye na esi wekufuado aban mu. The battery is the Lord for in here. Now let's read the story. This is what the story says. In a letter to the Auditor General, Mr. Johnson Ekwamwa Asiedu, the Attorney General said, Article 1875 of the Constitution mandates the Auditor General to submit his report to Parliament, and in that report, draw the attention to any irregularities in the account audited. Attorney General letter comma Auditor General say, Ghana embra konkrona constitution no, echre pefe se Auditor General koye ni nhwehwemu a na owie nhwehwenimu na ehwehwemu na eni se ode to abontene na o se ode koma Parliament na Parliament hwehwem na Parliament hu krono ewom ansa na ebia owo ho kwan se ode beto abontene. We Attorney General na ekasa kire Auditor General. The second paragraph. He added that Article 1876 of the Constitution requires that Parliament must then debate the report of the Auditor General and appoint, where necessary and in the public interest, a committee to deal with any matters arising from it. Or say, the embranishe, or say, Auditor General catch Attorney General catch Auditor General say, embranishe say, or say, anka order report no eco Parliament. Now, order eco Parliament, no not Parliament a pensem. Parliament pensem no who say krono diebia bema. Na Parliament not committee. Na fe committee no atnase na omahwe de eye irregularities and I say in some ebehia se Ghana fo behu ana ye bete into ono Auditor General no, sorry Attorney General Godfrey Damino ohun say Auditor General will book constitution so de oye na o publish COVID-19 expenditure kojo ponkroma wi sika, health minister wi sika, ekufuado wi sika, finance minister eyimu sika chichire de be over 10 billion erekoshe budget mu no ono Attorney General who Auditor General say with Tiamra. Now I will say Attorney General ne ba no beka kire say imra na Auditor General tia no asoche no wahi. Now the third paragraph says this. Mo NPP no mo say omo be transparent. Omo bebo eye yesika ho ban no. And the Auditor General ye na dwuma a omo say imredi Auditor General no. Attorney General no ye lawyer no. Now, third paragraph omo say according to the Attorney General, it is only after satisfying the constitutional requirement of submitting the Auditor General's report to Parliament, the subsequent debate by Parliament, therefore, or thereon, and the conclusion of work by the appropriate committee of Parliament, that the reports of the Auditor General may be considered final and relevant actions may be taken thereon. Or say, Auditor General, nankoso ode the auditing in our Parliament. Ntinkodema Parliament na Parliament hwehwehwem omu wia na Parliament ebedru eye omu ye omu hwehwemu wie na omu tete omu committee ne bibie wia then no omu kire de omu dwen say action a e was Ghana take ana action a was say take ekoyenim nti say nka omu de call Parliament abra on kan kire Ghana for no na nka Parliament atena se no ma hwehwehwem oh kweku Health Minister Kromfono, AgyemangbaduI, we rear ambulance sika $81 million. We the insurance necessary to Parliament because Madam Funier, NPP MPs in Kwasiafo because we are down for Yankataso. Into concern Kasani we are na omo who say and come the betray. Now, so we are Ghanaian. Na se utie Auditor General making this statement. Also, who say a chrono a refone nim. Also, who say NPP no a Kromfo party, a Enkrantia People's Party. NPP no a cluster of criminals that are together. How on earth? Even if the Constitution says this is what has to be done, we the citizens who basically were used as conduit or were used as the conveyor belt to receive this money, we have the right to know. Now, the issue here with the Attorney General and say, at the internet was Auditor General, a release chrono for boy that all that he states doing. The Attorney General go for that me and say on TS say MPP about chrono na Auditor General about trouble thing. Into when I also clearly say the Auditor General na Pamon no Dumelivono, it was orchestrated by the Attorney General and the presidency and Osafumafo. Because Dumelivo was exposing Osaf Mafo, Kroll and Associate, $5 million. Dumelivo was exposing government institutions. Into today, then Omon Tiase say, Omankasa Auditor General Abba, now Omo Krono Bono, COVID-19 Siko Muye, Sofa Ekufu, Bawumia, ghanaeducation, Alan Cash, a year, Canada Japan, Yerinya contract room, Omon Kwasiafo, Bino. Attorney General say on Tiase, what your letter come Auditor General say, Sa Jumadina Udiano, we dim kwasiasam na we boom raso. This is the NPP. Almost I catch them some more power momo. Omba be chewo yire no mo twaniti. Na omo de akoshe tokuro no maka catch police inspector say, "Wonne wan say obeka say ye ni NPP ye twa wo yire ti." That is what is going to happen. It does not matter who leads. It will get to a point they will cut off somebody's head and then they will warn the police and the omo yes sir. So this should tell you say this is not a government that you even consider keeping them. It does not matter because the bile bonyono eye krono omo ankasa omo suni omo baino. It does not matter who leads the NPP. Omo ye rifua kronfo omo die. And this statement coming from the Attorney General should tell every young Ghanaian there is no hope in Ghana under these fools. Obiti baby also Kevin, your words are strong. Get off my page. Mimbo, power chow. I've never begged anybody to come watch me. And I will never do that because Jimmy, I'm not a hypocrite. I will let you know emphatically how I feel and how I want you to understand it. Because himself was working kind of here, the kind of hano, and yamen kwana mtebrofo, what's what tebrofo, are you not disgusted? So we need to get serious. I'll see it here to say a phone a DNA. And then the battery is the Lord. Ekufuaddo onya corrupt. Today no Auditor General no krampo no oya audit na Ekufuaddo person ono gihwem ansa no akere Ghana for. And the Ekufuaddo Attorney General no say ansa na Auditor General the report beko abonte no. Eye COVID-19 expenditure na COVID-19 audit report hereby, it is the biggest scandal to hit Ghana. I am even surprised, sir. WHO, the World Bank, the IMF are not sanctioning Ghana because Ghana's government basically did what? They used all the money. They have squandered the money. The people suffered for no reason. Every single every single nurse, every single doctor who died, they died for no reason. Ghana they died for no reason because these people basically used our name to go take money and spend. So for Ekufuaddo, former Chief Justice, Ekufuaddo just say I just don't get it how I nipe bi na Ghana. And let me tell you, Jack, ye Jimmy. Ghana for naturally we are foolish. Election 2024-25 and a bachelor say ye Jimmy no. Abruso and I say yeah, Jenny. That is when we will get to know. Because sa same way, say NDC time na Attorney General be cast sa same way ya. And how do you say the besi Ghana? Say Mahama na president and an health minister akokra ambulance 8 million amba anka die na nka wa hwehwe me awon asem die na nka obeka. Say Mahama buying NDC buying and an information minister Kojo Ponkroma 1.5 billion. Abrane 9 kan nsanka nurse fo gi ejina akwano doctor sewu upon chromatic office we 1.5 billion eye NDC aban a wo hwe me awon pema I get it anka die na obeka nyankopon betua woka because yes selective about nipa omundi esika enye omo ani so mudi esika anything na de bia me betena me ka kire say we should make sure say nkwasiafo we mu no magibi you don't give anybody the opportunity. NDC NPP, they are different. Politicians are not the same. I'll say any Ghana for making sure say NPP, they go into opposition for 40 years. 40 years. They lose that 136 seats, or some to lose it by 50 out of that. Now, after they learn a lesson from scratch. Because when you watch these things, now say, oh, you're Ghana ni walking kan kakra, why do you be kakra? Na omo mo fi omo efie nyansa so making kan we akyerem na say enhawa. Then sebio unim nyansa e was say no tena kuro mu bu minor. Because if this goes unattended to, if the Attorney General gets his way, and if this is how we are going to govern, it will get to a point a president will come. The time bedu to say Ekufuaddo a obetwitwa bo bi tim to say bukunko for Techiman South no ebe sin de obi anka ho hwe. And that is my problem. Our democracy is being depleted. And depleting democracy does not take a day. It takes time. It's the same way Jane Mensah rigged the elections for NPP Akufo-Addo. Rigging an election, no, and one day near the rigging election, it is a systematic process. Over rigging elections are all started from registration. No, I DN, no, I register, no, I finger. What started through a printing of the papers. So all of them will come together and then you can rig an election. These people are depleting our democracy. And you might think, say, nothing is happening. One, they have infiltrated the army. Today, the army is more politicized than anything. Secondly, they have infiltrated the judiciary. Today, we cannot boast of our unique judiciary again. It has become first come, first serve, a business entity. We have a chief justice who has 5 million allegations hanging on his neck. A chief justice in Ghana today. That's never happened before. Today, these people have been able to infiltrate the legislature, parliament. Today, they are paying their way through parliament. Now, what you need to understand and say, they are gradually depleting the democracy we enjoy. It will get to a point, all these institutions will be compromised to the point whereby security threat cry, we wouldn't know anyone to trust to defend us. It will get to a point whereby a judge in the Supreme Court like Unyuga will sit and choose money over the rights of a Ghanaian. We will sit here and we'll have judges who will sit on live TV taking bribe and they will say nothing is wrong with it. That is how democracy depletes. So it depletes to the point whereby nobody respects the law again. Then it becomes to what we call divide and rule. So now they get a little bit of soldiers on their side. They get a little bit of the judiciary on their side. They enter parliament. They take a little bit. Now they go down there and nobody has the right to speak. As we speak today, Christian Council, Peace Council, the National House of Chiefs, we are talking about Council of Elders in various institutions. They are all quiet. You know why? Because they gradually infiltrated these institutions and made sure they all become mute. That is why people are suffocating and saying, this is what we call depleting of your democracy. They are taking the voices away from you. Then they can harm you guys without anybody speaking. J.A. Kufuor is sitting there. He knows that democracy he enjoyed. It's going down the drain. But he's not going to speak. Why? Because it is his party. When Dormaahene speaks, Thier will say that Dormaahene wants power. This is how they brand and destroy a democracy. Into the moon say na modestre no nanaakuffoaddo and this are kromfon kwasiafo we almost some NPP for we no. The agenda is not to leave a country that is whole in your hands. They don't want to leave a united country in your hands. They want to kill, destroy, deplete, and keep what? Ruling you people. They are not governing you people. They are ruling you people because it is what they want. And then there was some way. And that is not a democracy. Democracy is the people and the government coming together at a point to agree on issues. Yeah, jinko for pension. Willingly, it's not their will. But the government is basically forcefully taking it from them. So Ojin said, "The Kevin I'm going to break it down." And I'm breaking it down when we say, democracy is no more yours. And they told me the soldiers echo a whole constituency near body patu. Nobody speaks. Nobody speaks on it. Peace Council, Christian Council, nobody is insisting that those soldiers should be brought to book. Nobody. They go to Ayawaso West Wagon. People are giving national security clothing. Nobody is talking. That is how democracy depletes. It is going to deplete because it will get to a point. Those people we've been pushing to the wall, pressing, they will also retaliate. And when they retaliate, nobody will be there to calm nerves. So it gets to a point whereby you see how this president, this government, this NPP government, they have suppressed some group of Ghanaians. They have suppressed majority of Ghanaians. It will get to a point that people revolt. Now, when they revolt, it is going to be in different forms. In their language, in the way they basically pay their taxes, in the way they really accept security, police, army. They will start revolting against such people. That is when the base of your democracy start to crumble. And this is what Akuffoaddo in the Busuafo and this Nkranteɛ People's Party, NPP, we are here. Now, they be an enemy. I keep saying, Omo amudi ahenia kesiye wo Ghana. Omo amudi positions akesiye wo Ghana. Why ne hu se ntokwesi mo hini bi su na konwa? It will never happen. Why ne hu se ntokwesi ema eye statesman bi ekuta eye ni sike nyina wo bagum? It never happens. We are all going to leave our belongings. Our children that we are stealing money to take care of them and thinking they are unique, they will run, cross our own nation to people's nations, and they will be slaves to other people. Men of different attitude and color will rape them. They will treat them like dogs because they have no roots. Our mothers and grandmothers will be eaten by eagles and they'll be eaten by vultures because they cannot run. They will be killed. They'll be slaughtered. Young men, babies, children, they will be burnt alive because there will be nobody there to save them. This is not the first time this issue has happened. Rwanda, Liberia, it is because consistently some people came in and they started depleting their democracy. And depleting democracy takes time.